Hey guys, Christo Garcia, My Swing Evolution. I am so excited about golf and my swing right now. I'm just crushing it. Oh my gosh, that's the whole reason why I started My Swing Evolution was, we were going to these pro tournaments and I'd see the pros just wail on a golf ball and it didn't go like this, like me when I'm swinging poorly, the ball can go anywhere. And that's a terrible, terrible feeling. But when you can groove a swing and slot that club and turn as hard as you can, it feels so good to just rip a golf ball. So I'm getting to a higher level, I think, than I've ever been at before. And it's a pretty thrilling thing. And the thing that I want to talk about today is you can know something, you can understand something, and you can own something. And the work that I'm going to talk about in a little bit is all of those things. It's like a lot of these things I've been aware of, and through the years they've kind of come and gone, or I've done them more or less, but the trajectory is always up. And man, by embracing them now, it's like oh my gosh, it's so incredible. But really quickly, I want to give a shout out to a few people, okay? So I want to tell my buddy Tom. Tom's an amazing golfer. He's one of my best students. He's a really good golfer, and he used to caddy for Mac O'Grady. Tom, I hope you get well soon, and we will see you on the course very, very shortly, I'm sure. So have at it. Now, the next person I'd like to wish well is my buddy Mike. I call him Miguel, my buddy out here. He's been to 2 of my intensives. He's only been playing golf for 2.5 years, and he came out 1 year ago to the first time to my intensive, and then he came out in June, and Miguel just shot 75. Awesome job. And he's got a whole bag of brand new Ben Hogan black Fort Worth 15s, a very sexy golf bag, I might add. And my last person, I want to say Tom Swanston. It looks like Tom may be able to make it out here to be my special guest scoring coach from England for the next MSE Intensive, September 21st and 22nd. Folks, it gets better and better. The work is better than ever. The system is better. Oh my gosh. And Colin, I want to tell you, I've been trying to email you, but you wrote Colin from England, if you're listening, you wrote me about the MSE Intensive. If you want to come over, we'd love to have you, but I don't have your email address. You wrote it in wrong. I've been searching like crazy, sent emails to I'm searching like crazy. So email me, Christo@myswingevolution.com, if you'd like to come to the next MSE Intensive. Now, let's talk about the golf swing. Now, when I talk about knowing and understanding and owning, early on, when I made my S57 video, I was just letting my elbow fall behind me, kind of like Jim Furyk, latest is greatest kind of idea that I always talk about. It takes courage to leave the club behind you, because you're like, man, I'm way in front of it. Is it ever going to catch up? And so this instinct to put the face of the ball on the face of the club on the ball quickly or in a hurry is a really detrimental thing. And so I've kind of like, through the years, I'll get late and I'm hitting it great, and then my instinct will creep back in. My El Guapos. That's what I talk about. We always have to fight our El Guapos, because there are instinctual, natural tendencies that may not be correct. But first of all, let's talk about Sergio Garcia. So me and my brother made a video about Sergio like 5 years ago, and we were working on his pulling the chain idea. But if you're pulling the chain, you can't pull the chain like this, ringing a bell. You're going to find disaster. You have to be externally rotated with your rear arm if you're going to pull the chain. And then I was looking at Mo Norman. And Todd Graves, my main man, has an awesome movie coming out about Mo Norman. Todd's one of the best golf instructors and golfers I know. So cool. But Mo is talking about, dropping it behind him as well. And, that thing, it's like it takes courage to really, drop it behind you. And that's what, Ben Hogan was always known for, was getting that tremendous lag in the downswing and having that look of, like the club is just laid off and way behind him. But it's going to catch up, guys. The club is going to catch up. So I want to show you my latest range session, and I'm working on this really hard. I think it's the same move for Sergio, Mo, and Hogan. It looks different. They have other things in their structure that are different and unique to themselves. But, I'm kind of really working on the kind of Sergio in this practice session. And I do consider it to be very similar to Ben Hogan. So check this out. Come to the MSC Intensive if you want a weekend of kick butt golf instruction. And check out the MSC golf system. I'm really so proud of it. I couldn't do any of these things I'm doing right now if I didn't have the structure and the base and the turn and all that other stuff. When you start talking about the hands and the arms, that's the last thing, that you need to work on. You have to make sure you've got great structure, great weight transfer, and all of that. So hit them long and hit them straight. Hey guys, just to get us going, I'm going to talk you through a little bit of what I'm doing as I'm beginning this practice session. This is the feeling of external rotation with my rear arm, my trail arm, that I'm trying to work on. And the thing that's pretty remarkable is if you don't allow the rear arm to externally rotate, it locks your body into a more vertical flexion action, I would say. In other words, you can't turn. So that's the great secret, I think, that Ben Hogan and Mo Norman had. So as we see, Sergio Garcia is obviously a modern proponent of this. Now, I was talking earlier about, like, you got to have the body and the legs working properly before you go to the arms and hands. It's really kind of a fool's errand to try and do all this work with the hand path and arm path, because if you change your hips and weight transfer, that changes all the arms and hands. Enjoy this practice session and hit them long and hit them straight. Hi, I'm Christo Garcia, the founder of My Swing Evolution. I love the game of golf, and I've played it poorly almost my whole life. Well, a few years back, I decided I was going to start all over again and rebuild my golf swing. And what I decided to do was stop trying to do what all the PGA Tour pros are doing today and go back to the classic swingers like Ben Hogan and Jack Nicklaus. That's where I found the inspiration to recreate my golf swing. And I figured out that it's a lot easier for the average weekend player to swing in the classic style. Well, if you're a weekend golfer and you want to get better at the game, I highly suggest you check out the classic swing fundamentals in the My Swing Evolution golf system. They worked for me, they changed my life, and I'm convinced they will help you hit it long and hit it straight. So go to myswingevolution.com.